Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Saturday, August 10th in the MLB. Our three best bets are on the way. Today is just an Austin-only video, but don't you worry. Logan still has a pick. I'll talk about why he is not here. But first, we must do a recap of how we did on Friday. A little bit of a frustrating day, if I'm being honest. A 1, 2, and 1 day. So we had one push in there. Our one winner was Logan's pick, Mariners money line. Well, they went 6-0, pretty sweat-free. Our losers, we had Vinny Pasquantino's over in hits, runs, and RBIs. He had 5 plate appearances and went 0 for 5. I mean, his last one came with a guy in second. So if he gets a hit there, we're probably scoring. But again, he did not get the job done. Our parlay of the day did not come through, as the Reds were one of the only teams that did not score through the first 5. Of course, they poured it on in the 7th inning. Thanks for nothing. Then our one push of the day, and one, was the Padres and Marlins over 8. The fact we even got a push in that game is ridiculous. I mean, if you were to look at how the team did with runners in scoring position, Padres 4 for 19 yesterday. I can't bash them too much because they did score a bunch of runs in the top of the 10th. We got some extra innings, and that is how we got the push. They won 2 in 1 day, a little frustrating, down about 3 units on the year. Hey, we can make it all back today with our 3 picks. We're going to dive into it. The reason Logan is not here is because, as I did mention in, I believe, yesterday's video, we're both going to the Greensboro. We're both going to be in Greensboro, North Carolina, going to the Wyndham Championship. Logan's actually on a flight right now. I got in at like 3 a.m. yesterday. Subplot of the video. So Charlotte Airport's terrible. All right, we're not going to talk about that. If you know, you know, but we're going to dive into the picks today. We're going to start with Logan's POD. It's a plus money winner. Hopefully, Reds money line is his favorite pick of the day, plus 120 on DraftKings. Now, Logan would be here to give you his analysis, but I'll read his notes that he left me, and I do agree with the pick. I like what we're getting here with the Reds. They've been one of the few teams that have respected their money this season. Now, sure, you could say, Austin, did they just cost you money with the parlay of the day? Yes, which means they're definitely scoring in the first 5 today against Tobias Myers, who will start for the Brewers. Now, it can seem a little bit crazy to jump in front of the red-hot offense. It is the Milwaukee Brewers, but I think they got a sneaky chance today. Divisional game, losing the first game. I really think the Reds could win this game. And the fact that we're getting, the other books have this Reds at like plus 110. So you could easily take the Brewers at minus 135, add it to your parlay, and then they could lose. And I think that could happen today. Now, like I said, I like their matchup against Tobias Myers. If you look at the pitches he throws a lot of four-seamers and cutters. Really, the main pitches that the Reds are good at hitting are those four-seam variations. So you're talking about cutters, obviously four-seam fastballs, or sinkers. That's basically what they hit well. We talk about Ellie De La Cruz. Those are his best pitches. And we've seen actually Myers struggle a little bit at home, 3.62 ERA compared to 2.57 on the road. And lefties have success against Myers. Think about the guys in there. We need some success from Ellie De La Cruz, Candelario, Fraley. We need those guys to show up today. They didn't do a whole lot yesterday, but lefties are batting 276 versus Myers, whereas 194 to righties. But like I said, he throws a lot of four-seam fastball. That is the Reds' best pitch to hit, and I think they will be able to do some damage to that. The Reds last 14 days, 15th in batting average, 18th in OPS, 21st in WRC+, versus right-handed pitching. I think the Reds' bats show up today. I think this comes down to how does Nick Martinez pitch. Now, he will start for the Reds, 3.43 ERA and a 1.11 whip. Martinez and the Reds have actually done well when he's been on the mound. He's actually recorded a win, not just them winning, in 3 of his last 4 starts. So he's given them some quality outings. His most recent 5 shutout innings against the Marlins. Sure, that's the Marlins, and this is the Brewers, one of the most hot offenses in the baseball. But just because you're hot a few days doesn't mean you're going to be hot every single day. Every game can kind of be looked at as more of a vacuum. And the Brewers haven't really seen Nick Martinez. He faced him twice out of the bullpen. Didn't give up a single hit in either of those 2 outings. And what he's great at is limiting the hard contact. When we've seen the Brewers putting up these football scores, it's because they're getting a ton of home runs, extra base hits. But a guy like Martinez, 94th percentile in barrel percentage, missing the barrel of the bats. That's important. 99th percentile in hard hit percentage. Again, he's not giving up a lot of hard contact. 96th in average exit velocity. So if the Brewers are to put up a ton of runs, put up another football score, they're going to need to rally the singles. That's all they're going to be getting today. And I think Nick Martinez could cool them down. And then I think when we get to the bullpens, I don't think there's a big difference here. Reds 15th in bullpen ERA last 14 days. Brewers are 9th. Kind of marginal difference there. I like Logan's pick. I like the Reds here on the money line, getting them at plus 120. They've been one of the few teams that when we back them, they typically win. We're getting a great underdog price on the road here. I think the Reds show up in a big way. This is a big series for them now. 4 games under 500. They need to win at least one in this series. And I don't think people would expect them to win today's start with Nick Martinez, but he's been quietly very good. Let's see if he can quiet down that Brewers offense. Really like Reds money line as our first pick. Second pick, we're going to keep the Reds theme because we're going to another team, the Red Sox. I like their team total over 4.5. Now, is this a little juice at minus 135? Yes, you could take the 5.5. Honestly, I almost did that at plus 120. I personally would play the 4.5 to right around minus 145, minus 150. I was going to try to get cute and maybe add in like an Astros to score 2 runs themselves. And I don't mind that if you want to go with it, but I don't want to get too cute right now. I rather just deliver a winner, and that is my most confident pick, which is the Red Sox to score 5 runs today. Sure, you can throw in whatever things you want in a parlay, but I rather just ask the Red Sox to score 5. Now, I did like on the money line, but if I'm being honest, I don't like backing the Red Sox on the money line because their pitching staff is terrible. I mean, sure, they got Josh Winkowski going today. You've got more of a bullpen game, but their bullpen's been terrible. So I don't know how you can trust the Red Sox to win, although I do think they win this game. I don't think they win without 5 runs. If they win with less than 5, whatever, I'll just be mad. But today we got Spencer Arrighetti starting for the Astros. Now, Arrighetti's been up and down this season, but where he's been especially down has been on the road. This season on the road, 6.61 ERA and a 1.8 whip. If you're giving up nearly 2 base runners per inning, you're going to be in it for a tough spot. And so those guys to match up this season, he's allowing a 297 batting average on the road and a 392 on base percentage. So he's clearly struggling. And what we also like to look at is obviously Arrighetti, a righty. How does he do against lefty bats? We know the Red Sox are going to stack their lefties in there. They're going to put in 7 lefties potentially. And that's great for us because this season we've seen Arrighetti 275 batting average allowed to lefties, a little bit higher than righties, and a 375 on base percentage. Last 2 weeks versus righties, we've talked with Boston. They have been scorching out against righties. Last 2 weeks, 310 batting average, that's first. 872 OPS, that's fourth. And a 138 WRC plus, which is sixth. Yesterday, the Red Sox did not come through. They only scored 4 runs. They also sucked at the plate. I think they only had 6 hits as a team. They hit 181. But what I did like, 8 walks drawn. So when they weren't getting the pitches in the zone, they were taking the walks. And that's important because a guy like Arrighetti, he's going to walk some guys, 15th percentile, and walk percentage is 1.5 walks line is like minus 200. So we're going to get some base runners today. I think they swing the bats a little bit better. And even despite going bat 181, not to mention they went 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position, they still got the 4 runs. So you know what? I'll take my chances here, Spencer, allowing a 299 batting average with runners in scoring position. And yesterday, the Astros, like I said, we scored 4 runs, the Red Sox, that is, and they sucked. And honestly, they had faced all the Astros, pretty much all their good bullpen arms besides Josh Hader. He typically doesn't come in unless it's a closed situation, and hopefully it's not a closed situation today. Look, they're going to see their worst bullpen arms today, or they're going to see the same guys for a second time. I think the Red Sox score 5 today. So my favorite game pick of the day, I almost took the Padres, but I'm not going to trust them because they did technically come through for us yesterday. I'm taking the Red Sox team total over 4.5. You can take them on the money line, but again, I'm not going to go out there and back Josh Winkowski in that bullpen. Although I do think they win this game, I'd rather just ask them to score. That's what they've been best at. And when they do win, it's typically with them scoring at least 5 runs. Sure, is it minus 135? Yes, but I like the Red Sox today. You can parlay with Reds money line if you're feeling spicy. And then our third and final play of the day, it's going to be a 2-leg SGP, same game parlay. Let's talk about these guys. It's going to be on the thumbnail today. Bobby Witt Jr. to record 2+ bases or over 1.5. Parlayed with his same team, Royals, to score at least 2 runs. Now, this is minus 115 on BetMGM. Other books are a little bit more juiced. If I'm being honest, I really just wanted to back Bobby Witt Jr. 2+ bases. I was just going to take that, but that was about minus 140. I'm already laying minus 135 with the Red Sox. I'd rather not lay that much juice on a 3-pick card. So I'm going to parlay it with Royals to score 2+, and here's why. If the Royals can't score 2+, well, Bobby Witt Jr. is probably not doing much. But you look at the Royals' second most runs per game averaged at home this year. They haven't scored less than 2 at home since June 30th. So, I mean, come on. This team has been super good at home. They're going to have 9 innings because they're not winning this game 1-0. I'm being honest. If they win the game 1-0, whatever, I'll chalk it up to a loss. But Palante, who will start for the Cardinals, 3 and 5 earned runs in his last 2 starts. I think they can get at least 2 on him. Or against the Cardinals bullpen, which has been pretty bad. I'm pretty confident the Royals at least scored 2. The main meat of this parlay is Bobby Witt Jr. How does he do today? Because we need, obviously, over 1.5 bases. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist for me to come out here and tell you Bobby Witt Jr. has been really good this year, obviously. But let's put some stats to it. Some stats that didn't go his way yesterday. Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 4 with the walk. He did get on base in his final AB and pushed the guy into scoring position for Vinny before Vinny was like, double play. I was like, thank you. But he also had a 105 mile per hour line out. Typically, when you're hitting balls 105, good things are going to happen. Palante does struggle against righties. He's reverse split kind of guy. He is a righty, but he's actually struggling against righties. 299 batting average allowed to righties, an 824 OPS. Bobby, we know, has been really good. I don't need to tell you that, but Bobby this season batting 346. At home, he's batting 402. OPS versus righties, a 1.01 compared to a 900 versus lefties. So not a huge difference there, but let's look at the pitches. Palante is going to throw 3 main pitches. It's going to be 38% sinker, 28% slider, and 26% four-seamer. Bobby's batting average versus righty, respectively, of those pitches, 374 sinker, 366 slider, and 314 four-seamer. If you're looking for a pitch that Bobby struggles against, it is a changeup, but he's still batting 241 against that. But Palante does not throw a changeup. And heck, throw a changeup. I don't care. Bobby Witt Jr. has been so good, and I'm willing to back him coming off a game where he just didn't have it. 0 for 4. I mean, like I said, he had a ball with a 660 expected batting average. Just didn't fall. What do you want from him? But Bobby 2 bags, they don't call him that for nothing. He's getting us 2 bases today, and it's hopefully a 2-run homer in the first inning so we can cash this parlay out. Again, it is a 2-leg SGP. Bobby Witt Jr. is over in bases at 1.5. Parlayed with the Royals to score at least 1.5 runs, minus 115. Honestly, I think the Royals put up 3 or 4 here today. So if you want to go even crazier for the Royals team total, you can. I just think 1.5 is a free square, knock on wood. And hopefully that Bobby Witt Jr. is helping him out, get those runs and whatnot today. Vinny Pasquantino, he'll be helping him out. I guarantee that. He'll get over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That's just a mortal luck. But I'm not losing on Vinny the Pasquatch again. I'll lose with my man Bobby Witt Jr., Bobby 2 bags to get us some bags and Royals to get some runs. So those are our 3 picks. They're scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Reds money line. Red Sox team total over 4.5, and the 2-leg SGP, Bobby Witt Jr., 2+ bases, parlayed with his team, the Royals, to score 2 runs. Those are our 3 picks. Logan will return. He'll be in this hotel room with me tomorrow. Pause on that. His fiance's here, so it's not a problem. Well, that could be no worries. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. If you do happen to be in Greensboro, North Carolina, and you're going to the Wyndham Championship, hey, DM me and let me know. It's going to be a good time today. We'll be in some suites and having some fun. But you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Let's go 3 now. Bring out the brims. I'll see you guys back in tomorrow with Logan in this fine hotel room. I'll see you guys there. Peace.